Hey guys, welcome back to TCG Bros. Tonight we're going to be doing a deck profile update on Infernoid. It's changed just a little bit from the last time I filmed the profile, but it has been a while, so we'll also have something new. This time I'm going to be showing off a little bit of side deck thoughts, just for good measure, and I'll give credit where credit's due once we get to that side deck, but let's start with the main here. We got our one Infernoid Unknown Q. This has not changed from my last couple of builds, but this is something that has changed. So prior to past, I only played one WT, but just the formats we're in really call for a lot of spell and trap destruction, and negating monster effects is something else that's really big. I mean, Magispector and Performapal and Cosmo are really putting a hurt on a lot of things that were good, but effect negation is one of the things that Infernoid really relies on, and it's really powerful, this format, so you really want effect negation. 3 Infernoid Sight Samos, this is a typical thing. 3 Infernoid Attendel, also a typical thing. Triple Infernoid Harmadic, also a regular thing. And then we got triple Antra, triple Pachulia. Like I said, all the commons and rares and the smaller ones those are just fodder. I mean, it's all stuff just to get you through into the bigger ones. And then finally, you have your 3 Infernoid at Decatron, and also 2 Pyrmice. So, like I said, Pyrmice mainly fodder, but it is pretty good if you end up getting up against like a lot of set back row. It's something good, throws people off, but Decatron is really important at 3 now that the format has changed how it is, because really Decatron just changes the whole game. Now this card is much better, this format, with being able to pitch a monster against its effect. It's pretty good in my opinion now. I thought it was good to begin with, but I think it's better now. Still 2 Raiden, just good for the mill if nothing else, and just to get into level 7s and some stuff like that. 1 Lila, and then 1 Card Trooper. I kind of switched the tech. I didn't originally ever play Card Trooper, but I kind of just stopped denying the fact that it was good in this deck, so yeah. Anyway, Card Trooper is good to get the draw. Reasoning is something we need to talk about, because more than likely this card is going to catch a hit of some sort, and it's not because of Infernoid, it's going to be because of Cosmo. Cosmo are too good already without this card, but with Reasoning, if Reasoning can just be way too broken in Cosmo, so I would definitely understand if this went to 2 or 1, and if that goes to be the case, it's not like Infernoid is going to be dead. There's going to be, I mean, I would honestly just take out Reasoning and put in more Light Sworns, and I would keep playing it like exactly the same. I don't think it would make much of a difference whatsoever, but feel free to debate me if you wish. 2 Voidseer, 2 Charge of Light Brigade, and this is something new for me. 1 Rekindling. I like the tech. Some people play Soul Charge instead, but I prefer Rekindling just because you don't have to pay the life point cost, and Rekindling just allows for like crazy broke plays if you actually get it off with Decatrons in the grave. 1 Urgeki, 1 Burial from a Different Dimension, and 1 Monster Gate. And then 2 Breakthrough Skill. So before I was playing Torrential, but as much as Torrential gets wasted, it's really not worth playing. You might as well just stick with your you might as well just stick with just breakthrough, something that can actually be used in the grave. But alright, on to our extra deck. We've got a level 4s, Gemnite Pearl, Dark Rebellion Xyz, not the greatest level 4, but in this deck it's good because it promotes the OTK. Abyss Dweller, huge money this format, you want Abyss Dweller. It's super good even now that Shaddolls are literally like in the grave. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Before I was playing Draco Sack, never saw Draco Sack, and if you got them like on the ropes with life points, you can use this to where they'll actually like commit suicide with life points because of their resolve effect. so that's why you play one of that. Or if you don't like it, play Dracossack. 1 Never 11 Big Eye, always good. 1 Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand. And then we had a little bit of change up when it came to synchros, and I definitely owe credit to playing this card in here to Eradicator on Instagram. I didn't really play this card at all before I saw the tech he was using with it, but it's pretty good. It's definitely an interesting tech in this deck. So then we got Gaia Knight, the Force of the Earth, Scrap Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Ancient Sacred Wyvern, Clearwing, best level 7 in the game, Stardust, Leo, and Star Eater. And that is our extra deck currently for Infernoid. Now, let's talk about side decking for just a moment. Not too long. I won't go on about this too long, but if you're going to face meta stuff, some of this stuff is pretty cool to think about. Fiend Comedian. This card, nobody knows about it. I heard about it from, like I said, once again, Eradicator on Instagram. Shout out to you, man. He topped with a deck in a regional with a profile pretty similar to this. I mean, we had similar builds all along, but he was citing this, and I think this is a really just like goofy and fun deck to play in the deck. So make sure you check out this card. It's pretty wacky. But Inferno Lancia, 1 more Lila for the back row heavies, and 1 Lumina. That's a personal preference. If Reasoning does go down, I would honestly play Lumina, because when I used to play Lumina, there were times you could just pull off broke plays and it would be like ungodly. So Lumina, I think, is a better option. People just don't play in this deck. 2-Hand Destruction. I had thought that this was a good idea in the first place, but I originally saw a deck that did well at a regional, and I thought I may actually start maining this. So I think this card is really good in this deck, because you pitch to your bigger monsters to draw again, and you force your opponent out of some like good cards in their hand. So I think that's a good idea. 2 MST. These really should be Galaxy Cyclone. I'm not going to debate that. So if you have Galaxy Cyclones, that's great, but I don't right now. 1 Dark Hole, just for whatevers. And then I use this mainly for Cosmo. So Light Imprisoning Mirror, yes, it's Infernoid. Sometimes you're not going to hit these, but like I said, between triple Light Imprisoning and having effect negation of spells and traps between Anunku and WT, and the way I've been playing it is like doing all of my summoning and then going into Decatrons and then like basically like defending the board and like using Decatron to pitch Anunku or WT and then like guarding the board with it, just to use it as like an out to like negate, and it all distribute itself. That way next turn I can go off and make big plays again. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy the update. Make sure you let me know if you guys have any other ideas for Infernoid. Like I said, this format pretty relevant still in comparison to a lot of the meta that Infernoid was kind of running with. I mean, a lot of other stuff just got like massacred on the ban list, and that's all. That's the only way I have to put it. I mean, Exciton being banned kind of hurt this a little bit. I really enjoyed Exciton in the extra deck of this, and I pulled it off a lot, but I understand it was given a lot of unfair advantages because of instant fusion. So anyway, like I said, if you have any more thoughts on this, make sure let me know. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more weekly Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and I'll see you guys soon in another video.